Bibliophiles of the internet, my name is Adriana and today I'm here to bring you my second installment of On My Shelf. In the description, I will leave a link to the original creator and their video, and I will also leave a link to my first On My Shelf video as well. If you are unfamiliar with the concept of this video, first of all, I would find that very hard to believe, but it's basically where you have some random sets of coordinates, and the first number relates to a certain shelf on your bookshelf, and the second number relates to which number of book along that shelf you will be talking about. Just for the record, I got my coordinates from random.org, so without further ado, let's get started. So my first coordinate was 12-8, and that led me to Princess on the Brink by Meg Cabot, the 8th book in the Princess Diaries series. I have read all 10 of the Princess Diary books so many times that I can't even come up with a figure for you right now because it's probably in double digits. And coincidentally, this is the one that I need to reread next because I'm trying to reread them all before next summer, I believe, when there is going to be a new Princess Diaries book. I don't know if you've heard about this, but it makes my life. So that is gonna be an adult Princess Diaries book, and my OTP is sealing the deal and getting married. That's something to be excited about. So I'm ready and I need to reread this one very soon. So my next set of coordinates was 1-26, and that led me to Ramona the Pest by Beverly Cleary. What can you really say? Growing up, I really liked Beverly Cleary and I really liked all of the Ramona books. I was a big reader when I was a child as well, you can probably imagine. Actually, my mom either gave away or got rid of a lot of my children's books, so the ones that I do have here are very precious to me, so I'm keeping them safe in my room where no one's gonna give them away. My third set of coordinates is 11-29, and that has led me to The Halloween Tree by Ray Bradbury. You've probably heard of Ray Bradbury. He's one of the greats. He wrote one of the best books ever, which is Fahrenheit 451. Surprisingly, a lot of people don't know about The Halloween Tree, and that kind of kills me because it's one of my favorite stories of all time, and I've loved it ever since I was a kid. Because in case you didn't already know, this was made into an animated movie on Cartoon Network, and it is one of the best films I've ever seen in my entire life. My sister and I make a point to rewatch it every year at Halloween, and actually the movie is narrated by Ray Bradbury himself, which is just one of the coolest things that I've never been able to get over. Of course, the film takes some liberties. It's a little bit different than the book. This one is much more darker, much more twisted, but it's written so beautifully, and I also make a point to reread this short story every Halloween, every October, because that's how I do. It's a winner. You gotta check this one out if you haven't already. My fourth set of coordinates was 6-12, and that led me to The Sisterhood of the Traveling Pants by Anne Brashares. First of all, just for the record, this is one of my favorite series of all time. It's amazing. I first discovered this when I was very young, when I was at the end of elementary school or the beginning of middle school, and this is another series that I have reread countless times in its entirety. So this is a really great summery contemporary series that I very highly recommend. And my fifth and final set of coordinates for this video is 4-2. And interestingly enough, this actually led to the shelf where I keep my library books. So the second book in that pile was the 13th volume of Fullmetal Alchemist by Hiromu Arakawa. I don't know if it will happen, but I'm really trying to finish this series this month. Also, one of my biggest, most irrational fears is that I will have started like 10,000 manga series and finished none of them. So I don't know what that's about. That's why last month I read all 12 Death Note volumes, and now I'm trying to work my way through all 27 Fullmetal Alchemist volumes. But that's not to say that reading this series is a chore at all, because it is absolutely fantastic. So that concludes this installment of the On My Shelf series. I'm not going to tag anybody, but if you are watching this video and you want to do an On My Shelf video, consider yourself tagged. I will leave my coordinates in the description in case you want to use them. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side of the page. Bye.